I think one of the biggest mistakes that, the American Ryder Cup team always seems to make, or the PGA of America, is they go to courses that we're not familiar with.
Kiowa, same way. But for people that know, like, Kiowa is this a legendary resort now. It wasn't even on the map, Paul.
Golf legends are finally speaking out about the 2025 Ryder Cup. And what they're revealing might just flip the script on the sport forever. Behind all those shiny headlines and half-hearted apologies hides a story nobody's ready to tell. Cameras missed it, and players won't dare bring it up. Bethpage didn't echo with polite clap. It exploded in pure chaos. The old guard, those calm, stone-faced icons who once defined golf's quiet dignity, suddenly had plenty to say. Stay tuned and subscribe to Golf Swing so you don't miss what really went down behind the scene. Tom Watson, the man who's led Team USA through Ryder Cup wars and seen every rivalry up close, didn't hold back this time. He straight up said, "I am ashamed." The heckling, the vulgar chants, even a cup toss near Rory McIlroy's family, that wasn't passion. It was pure disgrace. When a legend known for golf's classiest moments calls out his own country's fans, everyone listened. The PGA of America had no choice but to apologize directly to McIlroy, his family, and multiple European players. In golf terms, that's like the Vatican dropping a public confession. For icons raised to believe silence was sacred, Bethpage felt like a church desecrated. "This isn't football," one retired pro snapped on ESPN.
An amazing experience, Gary. And, you know, these guys have all the money in the world. They're making so much money, every one of them, that it's not about money anymore. And we felt we were really given a strategic gift by the American team pursuing, you know, the 200 grand stipend, because we were everything to counter that. We were everything the opposite.
We used to teach etiquette before swing speed. And that right there. That's the heart of it. This wasn't just one wild crowd. It was a straight-up values crisis. Watson's public shame flipped the script, turning one ugly night into a full-blown reckoning. Suddenly, it wasn't about a few bad fans. It was about the soul of golf itself. Can the sport still earn respect when its biggest stage starts looking like a rowdy fight night? While America drowned in chaos, Europe played it cool. Calm, sharp, surgical. And at the center of that storm stood one man, Luke Donald. If the fans were the thunder, he was the calm eye inside it all. His second straight Ryder Cup victory, after leading Europe to glory back in 2023, cemented him as a legend. The old guard couldn't stop praising him. Paul McGinley, the philosopher of the Ryder Cup, broke it down perfectly. Captains across the board praised Luke Donald's ego-free zone, where no one tried to be the star. No flashy tantrums, no drama. Just smart pairings, deep focus, and unshakable trust. It was golf's version of Zen warfare. Even Sky Sports veteran Ewan Murray couldn't hide his respect, calling Donald's composure surgical. While American pundits shouted about data and pairings, Europe's legends just smiled. This is how it's done. Donald didn't just collect wins, he revived belief itself. He proved calm beats chaos, that leadership can silence madness. Even at Bethpage, to golf's old school icons, Donald's squad felt like a time capsule from a pure age. No influencers, no ego, just soldiers of discipline. He built a wall of trust, McGinley said, and America crashed right into it. In a weekend where fans forgot what respect even meant, Luke Donald's calm turned into quiet rebellion. He didn't fight the noise, he simply outlasted it. Then came the showman, BrysonDeChambeau, the chaos scientist himself, the muscle with a PhD in drama. Down 5 through 7 holes against Matt Fitzpatrick, Bryson did what only Bryson can do. He made the impossible look inevitable. His wild comeback to have the match didn't change who won the cup, but it flipped the energy completely. Commentators called it pure match play theater. The Ryder Cup boiled down to emotion as strategy, adrenaline as the fuel. For 10 glorious holes, the US bench came roaring back to life. Bethpage felt like a straight-up revival. Pure energy pumping back into golf's veins. He brought oxygen back into the room. One former captain said on NBC's panel, "The old pros loved every second, even while shaking their heads in disbelief. It was madness, but the beautiful kind." That raw, untamed golf that reminds everyone why this tournament even exists. Not for numbers, but for guts. Some even compared it to Medina 2012. Another night when pure belief flipped the story upside down. For Europe, it became a masterclass in control. Donald's squad soaked up that American surge without flinching, calm as ever. It turned into a living metaphor. Flashy new golf versus the sport's timeless soul. And somewhere between the chance, the chaos, and that wild comeback, the legends realized what they'd been missing all along. That razor-sharp edge where madness collides with mastery. That's where everything changed. When the dust settled and the post-mortem began, one name hung in the air like a bad hangover. Scotty Scheffler, the world's #1, usually the picture of calm and precision, suddenly looked shaken, human, almost haunted. He was meant to be Team USA's anchor, but instead, he turned into their weather vane, spinning with every gust of chaos. And when Scheffler cracked, golf's old guard didn't hold back. They had plenty to say. You can't have your top guy sinking like he's in quicksand. One veteran snapped on Golf Channel. Another whispered what everyone was already thinking. Scotty Scheffler looked alone. His pairings were off, his energy mismatched. The chemistry flat out weird. Analysts started pointing fingers at Captain Keegan Bradley's algorithm-style pairings. All stats, no soul. Meanwhile, Europe moved like a symphony. Perfectly in sync, every breath rehearsed. Donald's squad had prayed together, bonded, and built trust, while Team USA looked like a bunch of strangers who just met at baggage claim. It was golf's version of a super team meltdown. As Paul Inger reminded everyone, the Ryder Cup isn't about talent, it's about temperament. If the chemistry's off, even God misses fairways, one legend muttered, and that was Scheffler in a nutshell. Still brilliant, still world #1, but completely unanchored. The toxic crowd energy didn't help either. What should have been his fortress turned into a pressure cooker of frustration. For golf's veterans, it was pure irony. The man who conquered majors undone by noise and bad vibes. It's match play, one analyst sighed, not a math problem. Bethpage was meant to crown America's best, but instead, it ripped open every flaw. It reminded the greats that true leadership isn't built on metrics. It's built on mojo. And maybe the hardest truth, the issue ran deeper than bad scores. Legend said Bethpage exposed a real cultural crack in crowd control, player welfare, and how golf's biggest events are even run. They called for real rules, not just fancy codes on paper, but consequences that actually bite. Jack Nicklaus and other legends looked back on the days when one stern glance from a pro could hush an entire gallery. They warned that if golf doesn't step up now, these excesses will spread like a disease. Some even pushed for match referees with real authority, the power to eject fans or hand out penalties on the spot. Others demanded tighter rules on fan behavior, spacing, and family safety. The McIlroys and other players had their personal space crossed in ways that stunned the old guard. Totally unacceptable. The legends insisted on stronger barriers and protection so families never become collateral damage in the chaos again. They also raised alarms about the withdrawal rules. What happens when players get sick or injured under that kind of brutal crowd and media pressure? To them, Bethpage wasn't just chaos, it was a wake-up call. Tradition can't keep being the excuse for looking the other way. Golf needs to find the sweet spot between passion and respect, where fan energy doesn't crush player dignity. The legends see this moment as a crossroads. Either the sport tightens its standards, or it starts to lose its soul. Now that the chants have faded and the beer's been washed off the grass, one haunting question remains. What will Bethpage be remembered for? The scoreboard says Europe won again, but to golf's elders, this was the weekend the game forgot its manners. This isn't about noise, Watson said. It's about respect. If the Ryder Cup actually learns from Bethpage, maybe it can find its soul again. But if not, 2025 will go down as the year golf's most elegant rivalry swaps class for chaos. The legends aren't pointing fingers to shame the fans. They're begging the sport to remember what it once stood for. From beer-tossing madness to rulebook reckonings, Bethpage will echo through golf history for years to come, because passion ain't the enemy. Forgetting the game's heart is. And if golf ever loses its respect, no trophy will shine bright enough to fix it. Don't forget to hit that like, drop your thoughts below, and subscribe to Golf Swing to see more golf stories and drama like this.